my first time at SAND.
This is my first experience being here.
This is my first year at the SAND conference, and it was one of the best things that has ever happened in my life.
I'm present to my emotions.
Came here through the grant program that was offered, and I couldn't be more grateful for the experience that I had. I think there is for lack of a better word, a lot of really righteous work going on in here.
There's so much more to be excited about than just the things I learned about in school.
And you can go in the direction of more spiritual, and you can get really hippy-dippy with it, and you can have a lot of fun. And you can also find these incredibly intellectual talks. I'm in high school, I'm not usually thinking about quantum physics and all these other things that are just so hard to wrap your head around sometimes.
As we grow up and we are programmed into constructs, we construct what we call the universe.
I feel like I've learned so much, and yet I still feel like there's so much more to know and so much more to learn, and I don't think I could give a definition of non-duality.
When you're in a conference that's talking about non-duality and you're trying to understand it through words, but it's a concept that is very hard to encapsulate through language. When you're in it, it all makes sense. Not through the mind, but it makes sense through the experience. When you try to make sense of it from the mind, even if some things start to make more sense with words, it's still in a way taking you away from just being present in that state.
The mind-body connection, how emotional trauma can affect the body physically and physiologically.
Yeah.
Receiving answers to questions I never knew that I had. I know being so young, it's difficult to find like-minded people, you know? It's difficult to find people who are willing to talk about wanting to address trauma or wanting to find inner peace. So to be in a room of teenagers and 20-somethings that have that same goal is mind-blowing to me. So I feel right at home.
I think being here at SAND has allowed me to know that I'm capable. 30 years from now, I may just be one of the speakers at SAND.
I'd like to come back possibly as a staff, as a volunteer, in any sort of capacity. And I had a rough idea of what to expect going into SAND, but I couldn't have been more impressed and appreciative for what my experience was.
I've learned to not live in the past or the future, but the present, which is such a valuable thing to know at such a young age, and I feel so grateful to be able to do that. This whole experience has been so eye-opening, and I'm really excited to see how I change and just to bring it out into the future and to share with people.
You are welcome here.